The assassination of Charlie Kirk sent shockwaves across the nation. On September 10, 2025, at Utah Valley University, a single bullet ended the life of a fiery conservative leader, leaving behind a storm that turned social media, news outlets, and public opinion upside down. Charlie Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA, known for his bold takes, close ties to Trump, and rallying young conservatives, was gone in an instant. His death left questions that remain unanswered, swirling in a haze of leaked messages, conspiracy theories, and accusations. The FBI took over the investigation, but every step forward brought new twists, deeper doubts, and wild speculation. A screenshot, a leaked group chat, and Candace Owens' claim that something big is being hidden have turned this story into a gripping mystery. If you want justice for Charlie Kirk, watch this video to the end and share your thoughts in the comments with #JusticeForCharlie. First, I'll walk you through what the FBI has uncovered so far and the evidence they've gathered. Then, I'll explain how Candace Owens got pulled into the center of this storm and how the FBI is handling the case. From the start, local police called Charlie Kirk's death the work of a lone shooter. Within hours, they arrested Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old trade school student from Utah with no prior criminal record. The evidence seemed to point in one direction: a single rifle shot from a rooftop, striking Charlie in the neck, severing an artery. But conservative circles in Charlie's family weren't buying it. The question on everyone's mind was this really a solo attack? Or was something bigger lurking behind it? When the FBI took over, the narrative shifted dramatically. Within days of digging and questioning, they uncovered truths that blew holes in the police's story. The FBI found solid evidence that this wasn't a random shooting, but a planned assassination. They labeled it a politically motivated hit job and filed a new murder charge, kicking off a deeper investigation. As the probe deepened, the FBI stumbled on witnesses and evidence that flipped the case on its head. On September 10, 2025, after Charlie's death, theories were flying. Some said it was a left-wing extremist plot. Others pointed fingers at UVU's campus security for negligence. A few conservative insiders even claimed the real culprits were inside Turning Point USA, tied to its board or big donors. Every theory tangled people up further. No one had hard proof, but claims were everywhere. Some believed TPUSA's board or major Jewish donors had a suspicious role. The FBI has questioned Charlie's wife, Erika Kirk, 3 times. Her statements raised red flags. There were inconsistencies. When asked about events on September 8th and 10th, she couldn't give clear answers. At times, she got emotional and clammed up. She accused the security team of misleading her but offered no solid details. Across 3 rounds of questioning, Erika's story kept shifting. The FBI also grilled Charlie's close staff and event coordinators. Their accounts didn't line up either. No one from TPUSA gave a consistent story. The FBI seized critical documents and evidence from Charlie's office. Erika's inconsistencies are why she's under suspicion. She's not telling the full story, and the FBI believes she's holding something back. Then there were the eyewitnesses, UVU students and event security guards who saw Charlie's body first. The FBI also questioned a rifle and ammunition supplier. The supplier said Robinson came to his shop alone on September 8th and bought a rifle. He didn't seem nervous or scared. Where he went after? The supplier had no clue. The FBI confiscated the shop's register, which had Robinson's entry logged. They learned the supplier had been recording every customer's name and signature for years. They checked other gun shops nearby, too. All followed the same practice of logging customer details. The FBI also interrogated TPUSA's event coordinator. They've been questioned twice. The first round was routine, but the second lasted 2 hours. A clear sign the FBI suspects them. They asked about Charlie's behavior, his routine, and the last time he was seen. The coordinator answered some questions but stumbled and went silent on others. Sources say the FBI took some TPUSA documents and registers into custody. The FBI also hit UVU's campus, where the event took place. They started by talking to nearby students and faculty. They scoured camera footage and questioned the campus manager for hours. Every CCTV camera on campus was checked, frame by frame, with exact dates and times. The FBI made sure no footage from that day was deleted. They're digging into every angle tied to Charlie, every lead, every connection. They've questioned campus locals, and new witnesses have come forward after staying quiet. The FBI suspects there's something about Charlie's activities that day that hasn't surfaced yet. They're focused on who he met, who he talked to, and the circumstances of his last moments. They're even working with psychologists to piece together Charlie's mental state, his thoughts, behavior, and any recent changes by talking to those who knew him. The local police's initial investigation is under fire. The officers suspended in Charlie's case are now being investigated. The FBI is trying to figure out if they were complicit in the murder. Did they deliberately weaken evidence to let the real killer slip away? Did they steer the case in the wrong direction? Did they hide evidence during the initial probe? Was it just negligence, or were they part of a bigger plot? The toughest questioning came for the event security head who brought Charlie to the stage. He said Charlie arrived at the campus that morning. He also mentioned hearing a strange noise from the rooftop during the speech. He immediately called local police, saying something felt off and to check the security setup. The FBI pressed him with more questions. Had Charlie's behavior changed recently? Was he stressed? Did anything odd happen at TPUSA? Did he talk to any strangers or suspicious people? The security head said Charlie was usually calm and confident, never one to argue or fight. But he admitted Charlie seemed tense for the past 10 days, like he was under some kind of pressure. He tried asking, but Charlie brushed it off. The security head also said Charlie had been talking normally with TPUSA staff and donors recently, with no signs his life was in danger. This was crucial for the FBI. It showed Charlie's daily routine didn't raise any obvious red flags. They asked if the security head got any suspicious calls or messages. He said no, nothing direct. Now let's dive into how Candace Owens got tangled up in this. Did she orchestrate Charlie's murder? According to TPUSA insiders, Charlie's call logs and WhatsApp chats, he had clashed with Candace and the TPUSA board multiple times. Candace even challenged him publicly on occasion. But why did a disagreement spiral into conspiracy theories? The answer lies in what happened 2 months earlier, detailed in social media posts and interviews. The trouble didn't start on September 10th, it kicked off in August 2025. Charlie told his TPUSA team he was meeting big donors. But the truth was different. He was diving into a private group chat with his inner circle, including Candace Owens, who'd already parted ways with TPUSA. Despite their split, they kept in touch secretly. In August, Charlie was trying to reconnect with that group, but that move sparked trouble. He got delayed, and the TPUSA board noticed he was coming from a private chat, not a donor meeting. Suspicions grew. When confronted, the truth spilled out. A close TPUSA staffer revealed Charlie was planning a reunion with Candace. The board tried to check his phone. A staffer knew the password, and when they unlocked it, Charlie's chats and calls. Keeping it under wraps was tough, so they called Charlie into a private meeting. About a month earlier, the board had caught him in a private chat and dragged him to a tense showdown. They told their big donors about it too. This story comes from a Fox News segment hosted by Brett Baier. You can watch the full details on their channel. On September 9th, donors showed up for a meeting. A heated discussion unfolded between the TPUSA board and Charlie. They grilled him. "Who's Candace? How do you know her? How long has this been going on?" Charlie admitted he wanted to bring her back. His stubbornness rubbed the board the wrong way. TPUSA feared that if word got out to conservative circles, it'd be a PR disaster. They tried reasoning with him, but he wouldn't budge. Another argument broke out, and some of Charlie's private notes leaked. He had an emotional breakdown. The board dragged him through the ringer, warning him to stop talking to Candace or face consequences. But Charlie kept connecting with her in secret. This saga, his Candace connection, was the spark. On September 8th, they argued again. A conspiracy was brewing. This comes from a Daily Wire segment by Matt Walsh. Check their channel for the full story. After the board found out, Charlie pushed for a reunion. Candace flat out refused, saying she was on her own now and a reunion wasn't possible yet. That hit Charlie hard. He'd been trying to bring her back for months. He started fighting with her over it, wanting her to stand by him, but she pulled away. Charlie felt she was ignoring him. He complained her behavior had changed, and the tension grew until their relationship hit a breaking point. Charlie was distraught. The person he wanted support from was slipping away. On September 8th, from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., Charlie and Candace were locked in a marathon WhatsApp chat. It wasn't casual, it was intense, full of arguments and stress. Charlie told her, "My donors are pressuring me every day, and now you're pulling away too. I fought all of TPUSA for you. I told them I'd never let you go. If you don't listen, I'll be left alone." Candace didn't budge. "I'm separate now," she said. "My fans wouldn't accept a reunion. I support you, but I can't do anything yet. If I join you now, I'll face backlash." Charlie wasn't willing to wait. He was fed up with TPUSA's constant pressure and didn't want to stay in the organization anymore. Candace refused to budge, and their disagreement turned into a full-blown fight. She kept pulling back while Charlie, emotional, tried to win her over. After that heated night on September 9th, Charlie told his TPUSA staff he was prepping for the event. He arrived at UVU by 1 p.m. on September 10th. His speech dragged into the evening, and then tragedy struck. Charlie was killed. The FBI has his WhatsApp chats and call logs showing he was in constant contact with Candace. They've questioned nearly everyone tied to the case, but sources say when they reached Candace's home, she was gone. Rumors swirl that her role is highly suspicious, and the FBI has solid evidence against her. That's why she's allegedly on the run, with the FBI hunting her down. TPUSA insiders and sources claim the board hated Charlie's Candace connection. It infuriated them, and they clashed with him repeatedly. When he refused to back down, some allege Candace, in a fit of rage, plotted his murder. Sources say she's been tied to controversies before, facing backlash multiple times. That's why suspicion is zeroing in on her. Word is, TPUSA's inner circle knows something. That might explain why the board keeps changing their stories during FBI questioning. It's still unclear if Candace is really on the run or if she orchestrated Charlie's death. No official confirmation has come through. TPUSA's board needs to be investigated too. They could be involved. We can't say they're clean. Whoever's behind Charlie's murder, inside or outside TPUSA, won't escape now. The FBI is connecting every dot, exposing every leak, and unmasking every lie. The truth will come out soon, revealing the face that took Charlie's life. We're waiting for that moment when justice knocks and the killer's game is up. This investigation has reached a point where every answer raises more questions. Charlie's death isn't just a case anymore, it's a responsibility. Ignoring it isn't justice or humanity. The FBI's probe is ongoing. Questions are piling up, but answers are still murky. Was Charlie's death an accident or part of a grand conspiracy? The coming days will decide. After his death, some exploited it for political gain, spreading lies to mislead the public so they'd fall for their propaganda and ignore the truth. Politics colored this entire saga. Protests saw people using social media to boost their own profiles. Speeches and PR stunts twisted the truth on purpose. People grabbed mics, playing judge. Everyone with an opinion spun their own story to get attention. TPUSA wanted to hold memorials, but political groups and factions pressured them to delay. In the chaos, Charlie's legacy was left hanging. Even after death, politics clung to him. His death became a spectacle. Political players roped TPUSA into their games, offering money to stage protests for funding. The leader was gone, but his name was used for cash and clout. Reviews of the investigation happened 3 times. Charlie's story was deliberately twisted. Memorials were delayed for days, all because of political pressure. Tents went up where the leader fell. Mics blared with politics. Lies, rumors, and misleading claims ran wild. Those chasing political gain spun the narrative to fool the public. Some believe the FBI will deliver justice for Charlie soon, but others doubt their methods, pointing to past cases left unresolved. Still, the speed and seriousness of this investigation suggests the truth will hit the nation soon. What do you think? Will the FBI bring Charlie's killers to justice, or will this case fade with time?